G'day legends, I hope you're all fantastic. On today's video we are checking out the MOOGERFOOGER ring modulator. Big box, wooden sides, loads and loads of control options on the back. This thing feels way more out of the 70s modular synth universe than it does any guitar pedal. I'm so stoked to try this. Big thank you to Verly at Pass Effects for loaning me their personal unit. I have tried the analog delay from this series. My buddy Phil still owns one. It's one of my favorite delays ever, and we had so much fun with that in the studio tracking some of the early Ragdoll releases. Now this takes a ring modulator, adds an LFO section and a whole bunch of external controls on the back. You can have different carrier frequencies, you can output the carrier frequency, you can connect expression pedals to control the various parameters on here. It is a wild ride, so let's get straight into it. The first thing to note is that this drive control is active whether you have the pedal bypassed or engaged. Let's have a listen to what it does. That sounds pretty awesome just as a standalone drive circuit. I'm going to engage the pedal now, and you've got the ring modulator section over here, and then you've got a built-in LFO that can mess with the built-in ring modulator in here. So I'm going to turn the LFO amount to 0, so we're essentially only using the ring mod part of the pedal. With the frequency switch to the left, you're going to be able to access quite low frequency ranges on the ring modulator. And if you do this, you can kind of get tremolo style effects. As you bring it up, you might even start to hear kind of faux univibe style tones in there. So if you only think of a ring modulator as making weird computer noises, this might surprise you because I think it's actually quite musical. Having a mix control on there makes it actually usable in a musical context to me. They may not be always on kind of sounds, but you can hear in there, you can add some really cool crust and character in there. The killer feature of this particular pedal though is you could hear when I was sweeping the frequency control, I got some pretty cool kind of spaceship laser gun effects in there. I can use the built-in LFO to do that for me with two different wave shapes, a square wave or a sinusoidal shape in there. I can change the rate of that LFO and the amount that it modulates as well. Alternatively, I can hook up an expression pedal on the back and control the frequency that way. Let's have a listen to the built-in LFO. I'm just going to park this somewhere where it's sounding nice and funky, and then I'll introduce a little bit of the LFO in there. So let's do that. You can probably hear all the crickets in the neighborhood have fired up hearing these weird sounds. I don't know, maybe I've inadvertently triggered some kind of mating call. Let's see if we can take that even further by hooking up an expression pedal to the frequency parameter. The crickets definitely approve. That is so much fun with the expression pedal, using it as this kind of demented wah or whammy style effect. I'm kind of in love with. Let's hear it with a fully greased up lead sound now. proper sci-fi heavy metal stuff right now. Let's introduce some of the built-in LFO on there on the square wave, so I get that faux arpeggiator, and you never know, I may be drowning in these crickets because they really seem to be liking this. Absolutely, utterly demented. That is the MOOGERFOOGER ring modulator. Again, a massive thank you to Verly at Pass Effects for letting me borrow this one. This is the most fun I have had with a pedal in quite a long time, and these do command pretty ridiculous prices used. I guess they're all analog. They give you all those extra expression controls. The fact that it is not just a simple ring modulator, the fact that you've got the built-in LFO and the ability to actually mess with the ring modulator, I think is what makes it so appealing. You know, this is big and expensive. There's absolutely no way I would ever go out and play a show with this, but this gives me some ideas for kind of trying to emulate this and stuff like my Axe effects. I did a video with the ring modulator block in the Axe recently, and actually having hands-on experience with this, which is definitely one of the greatest pedal ring modulators out there, if not the greatest. You know, it is a shame that they are in such short supply, you know, much like the analog delay that they did with this series, which is pretty amazing. They are big and bulky, but my lord, they are beautiful and so much fun. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. You know, this is the sort of thing that I know a lot of people are going to listen to this and be like, when would you ever actually use that? But for recording cool stuff and doing overdubs in the studio and, you know, making spaceship noises is one thing that I think can really enhance a recording. You just kind of put them in little sections, do a bunch of overdubs that are really low in the mix. The analog delay version of this is all over Ragdoll's All I Want Is Everything EP. We did a bunch of like self-oscillation stuff. Go and have a listen to the song All I Want, especially at the end, and you can hear that thing going wild. And yeah, this kind of just makes me want to do similar things. What an absolute luxury item. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Check out Past Effects. I put their website in the video description. If you like what I'm doing here on the channel, check the video description. You can join my Patreon or buy some of the music that I make with my band Ragdoll. Have a great day. I'll see you all next time.